Okay, at this time, everybody has a paper doll, correct? Is there anybody without a paper doll? So all year long, one thing that we've been talking about is being kind to everybody, right? And about how it makes you feel when someone is unkind. And so today, our objective is to put a visual to how someone might feel if they are not being treated kindly. And so what we're going to do first is take your paper doll, and you all know I'm a great artist, and you're gonna make your paper doll look like you have no giggles. So, of course this is me, right? They look exactly alike. You're gonna, why are you laughing, Alexis? We're gonna have 8 minutes to decorate your paper doll to look just like you. There are crayons and markers over here and crayons and markers over here, or you can use your own. Are there any questions? Okay, let's do it. You guys need crayons or anything? Do you need more? You always come prepared. Do we need more crayons out? Are we good? Anybody need more? You want some? Need some? You're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else? Girls, do you want crayons? We're gonna use markers. Markers? Yeah. Whose? Keenan. Yeah, that's a good color. Yeah. You don't have hair. What happened to your hair? Yours is blonde, definitely. Yeah. Put it on your guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it probably gets lighter in the sun too. I think that would work. Just dropped one. Guys, don't forget to look at the timer. I know, time flies, right? That looks just like you. Oh, you did do it, Aiden. Guys, no pressure, seriously, look at mine. Do you want to compare, Kayla? See? We're about equal. I would just start coloring in your clothes or maybe adding some facial features. You'll see. Seconds.
It's beauty, right?
That's gorgeous. You need a face, buddy. Please put your crayons and markers back. I'm going to talk a little bit about why we did this. So what was the one thing we were talking about pretty much all year long, and what is one thing that I say you must always be to somebody? You must always be kind. And so there are going to be some times where maybe you aren't very kind to somebody, and that affects us all. And there are going to be times where someone may be not kind to you, and that affects us all. And so today we're going to do a little something with your paper doll that will demonstrate what happens when you are unkind to somebody or when someone is unkind to you. So this next part, we're just going to pass around our doll to a couple people. So right now everybody should be finished. I'm going to pass it and make sure that like at least 3 people get it, and I will pass between you guys. Pass. Take a look at the doll and then we'll pass it again. No, buddy, we're passing this way. You're good now? Okay. Take a look at the doll. Take a look at how much time and effort someone put into decorating it. Pass again. We're passing this way, so someone needs to give Kayla one. Take a look at it. And pass it again. And I think we'll pass one more time, and then you get a really good idea about what people did and how much effort they put into creating something that looks like them. Can you tell whose it is? Sometimes by looking at them, you can tell who it is. Okay, at this point, we're going to stop. Is there anyone who does not have a paper doll in their hand? Who has 2? Let's fix it. I just want you to take this seriously and focus on what we're doing. When someone calls another student a mean or a nasty name, it's like this. I want you to rip the person's doll that you have. Don't rip it all the way, just enough like I did. Freeze. Take a look at it. This is like calling someone a mean or a nasty name. It hurts the person and it makes a tear. Pass your paper doll to the next person. Take a look at what they've done. The person before you, this is what they've done to somebody. Pass it again. Do you see how every tear is a little bit different? Every tear is different in everybody. So it may affect me this way, but it may affect somebody else in a completely different way. Pass again. Now, I want you to crumple your doll. This is like leaving someone out who is different than you or who isn't cool. When that happens to somebody, it makes them crumple up inside just like your doll. Pass it. Is everybody crumpled the same? No? Did you have the tendency to crumple someone up even further? You didn't feel like doing that? Pass it. Now, uncrumple the doll. Try to fix it. I heard someone say, I can't. Why? Why can't you fix this? Erin, guys, wait, she's not being respected. Why can't you fix this?
Because it would always stay in your mind.
It's always going to stay in your mind no matter what. No matter how hard I try, I cannot put my person back together. Now, make a small tear somewhere else on the doll. We're not ripping off parts, just make a small tear. This is like teasing someone or making fun of how they look. Pass the doll again. Pass it again. Every time we pass it, you're taking note of how each individual is affected differently. Now, take your pencil, flip your person over, and start making a line. Draw on the back. Make marks on the back of your person. This is like saying something mean or nasty to somebody behind their back. The damage isn't visible. If I first glance at this, the damage is not visible, but it's been done. Pass it to the next person. Take a look at the invisible damage on the back. Is it there? Did it go away? It did not. Pass again. Now make another mark on that doll on the back. This is like listening to a friend say something mean and not doing a darn thing about it. So when you may not have said that mean thing, but when you don't stand up for someone else, it's the same. Now, pass them around until you get your own doll back. Keep passing until it is yours. Once you get your doll back, I want you to try to fix your doll in any way you can. Grab tape, smooth it out. Try to fix your doll in any way that you possibly can. There's tape right there, there's tape. Fixing. Try to fix these problems that you and your friends have created. I see some people are even trying to redecorate theirs. They're trying to add another layer of something just to make it look pretty again. What?
It's impossible.
It's impossible, right? Oh, sorry. Okay, once you're done, have a seat. It's time to talk. Okay, let me get you something. Once you're finished, have a seat. It's time to talk. It looks like I'm out, Aiden. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just grab a couple pieces and go. Yes. I like that. I'm going to call on you. Yes. All right, let's bring it back. Your hands are free now. Let's talk about it. By this time, our doll's in pretty sorry shape, isn't it? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We tried to fix it. What happened? One person at a time. Let's show respect. It didn't work. Why? Mia. Permanently there. Even if you try to fix it. Kiana, how'd you try to fix yours? Just say sorry. Did sorry fix your doll, Kiana? It did not. It's nice to say sorry, but that doesn't take it away, does it? No matter how many times she wrote sorry on that doll, it still didn't take away the name calling and the being mean and the excluding, did it? No. So, what we did, what we said, how did it make you feel? ever happen to anybody? Aaron? You know they worked hard on it, right? And you didn't want to do that to them. How else did it make anybody feel? Gavin? You felt bad, didn't you? Yeah. AJ? You didn't want to do it. Did you do it though? Why did you do it, even though you didn't want to? Because this happens too, doesn't it? You're with a group of friends and someone starts to call someone names and you really don't want to do it, but then you do it. Does this ever happen? So why'd you give in? Why'd you do it?
I didn't really fear it that much, but I did fear it just a little bit.
Just a smidge. Not enough to even really notice. Do you remember whose doll you had first? Did you have Gavin's? Maybe? No? I was curious to see how small that tear was. Did that ever happen to you? Were you ever with a group of friends and someone was doing something and it maybe wasn't so nice and you knew you shouldn't do it, but you did it anyway? Say that again? He had yours. Oh, it is a kind of small tear right in the head, right? He didn't really want to do that to you, Sadie, but he did it anyway. How's that make you feel? Right. Okay, now, reflect on a time when someone was unkind to you. How was it like this activity that we did? And remember, if you're going to say about someone who was unkind to you, just say there was a boy or a girl. We never want to use someone's name. Was anybody ever unkind to you? Arian, you want to share?
And he brought some of his friends, and that day he saw big friends and throw ice at him, and it hurt, and he got hit and looked right up, and he didn't say sorry, and he moved well.
So they were hurt because then they weren't friends, and they were also hurt because they had ice thrown at them, right? Yeah, so it was physically and mentally. That's double whammy. And how did that make you feel? Angry. And that's a very good point. That can happen sometimes too. When you try to stand up for somebody, they can start to attack you too. But I think it's always best to try to help a friend out. Anybody else have an experience they want to share? Mia.
Some older kids just came up to me and said, "Calling you fat and everything." And I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there and waited for them to go away. And then by representing what's there, it's still there. It's still in the back of my head, like those people just like saying that you're fat, that you're not wanted, like everything that they said is still there. And it's not
Even though you probably, did you know those people?
So do you see how someone who Mia didn't even know affected her? And it's still there, just like this. No matter how many times she tries to flatten that out and get rid of it, it's still there. So, maybe you feel badly about it now if you were a person who has done that. And maybe if that has happened and you were the person who made someone feel uncomfortable, we don't necessarily have to single you out and say, oh yeah, I did this. But could you write maybe an apology letter? Do you think that would be meaningful? Yeah. Or maybe, what else could you do? Do you have to go right up to the person and say, look, I was really a jerk. I'm so sorry. I will never do it again. That takes a really big move. Do you have to do that, or are there other ways that we can fix things? What else could you do?
Like you could boy them at lunch and like you made them like go sit to the table, maybe the next day.
You could go sit with them, right? So if you ever see someone who's sitting alone or who you know has been pushed away from the lunch table, could you go sit with them? Absolutely. You can make other people feel wanted and loved, right? Absolutely. Mia, were you going to say something? Put your hand up. Someone else was going to say something. You changed your mind. Okay. Could you maybe never do those things again and maybe be extra kind to somebody else because you feel bad about how you treated someone sometime? Absolutely. So eventually we're going to get a poster board in the hall and we are going to make a pledge that we are never going to treat someone unkindly. So it says, we, the students of SMS, promise to try our best to be kind to each other. This means that we will try to encourage each other, give compliments, and help each other when we are having trouble. This means that we will not call each other names, say mean things about each other, or leave each other out. When we see someone being left out, we will invite them to participate. When we hear someone being unkind, we will remind them nicely to use kind words. When we say something unkind, because we all make mistakes, we will apologize and take responsibility for our words and actions. When we know someone is being bullied, we will be a friend and talk to the teacher. This is our kindness contract. So right now, I'm going to repeat this, and you're going to repeat after me because everyone is going to sign a kindness contract. So you won't sign it right now. We'll have a poster in the hall, and when you have time and you feel you are ready to be kind and commit to this kindness contract, then you will sign it. But you will do that on your own terms when you are ready. Okay?
We, the students of SMS,
We, the students of SMS,
promise to try our best to be kind to each other.
promise to try our best to be kind to each other.
This means that we will try
This means that we will try
to encourage each other,
to encourage each other,
give compliments,
give compliments,
and help each other when we are having trouble.
and help each other when we are having trouble.
This means that we will not call each other names,
This means that we will not call each other names,
say mean things about each other,
say mean things about each other,
or leave each other out.
or leave each other out.
When we see someone being left out,
When we see someone being left out,
we will invite them to participate.
we will invite them to participate.
When we hear someone being unkind,